Nonsense Podcast with me, Alex Allegra.
And KDV.
I felt like we needed a more fun intro than just like, we're serious news reporters. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Okay.
So, hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. A lot has happened. A lot has changed.
Yeah.
Sad news out of the way first is that my sweet, sweet puppy Ant has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to get into it because it makes me really sad still. But he had cancer and got really sick really fast and unfortunately passed away 2 weeks ago. So my house is dealing with that at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're gonna keep going with our holiday plans. We were already thinking of getting a second puppy anyway, so we're gonna kind of move forward with just getting a new puppy in general this time. Thought I turned that off. I guess I didn't turn off my sound on my computer, but oh well.
It'll probably not pick up. That's fine.
It does. It definitely does. But that's okay. Sad part is over. On to happy news. There's been some awesome new music out. The Grammy nominations just came out, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before we get into that, just like little life updates. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel like we recorded October episodes in September, so we haven't really talked about anything from October. But
I know.
Went to Lainey Wilson, saw her finally, because I feel like I've been trying to see her for like 3 tours now, and finally actually got to go. Saw Ian Munsick again, got to briefly meet him in like 20-second window because he's just going down the line doing selfies, all that fun stuff. Released new music started this month, so I guess that would have been the past Friday of when this comes out. So new single called Hide and Seek, and yeah, you could check that out everywhere. It's a solo, right? It's more of a sad personal type song, but I'm proud of it. So
I feel like this week, because her song came out the same day that Kelsey Ballerini's song came out, I Sit in Parks, and it's very like, both are very introspective, so it's like funny to see that both of them came out. But also let's talk about Kelsey's song because it was gorgeous. I was really confused with the whole I Sit in Parks concept, and it was such a quick turnaround of like this single, and then what I'm guessing is EP comes out this month, because at the end of the song she says albums due in March.
Or this week. Because it's literally like she released I Sit in Parks on this November 7th, and then EP Mount Pleasant November 14th. So.
Yeah, and then I'm so excited for like People Pleaser and like things like that. Like the album, the song titles are very intriguing, and I feel like they're gonna be such a mix of like sound wise where she is right now, but like concept wise of where that vulnerable place that she was when she released
Rolling Up the Welcome
Mat. Rolling Up the Welcome Mat, of that very like personal nitty gritty kind of like introspectiveness, but with the more like patterns take on it of like she's just like observing and like not just like fuck, my marriage just ended. It's like a very different point of like place in time where she's at. And guess what? We also guessed that her and Chase didn't break up because she already said that like weeks ago. And now it's like this thing again. And I'm just like, people, it's because she told us that they didn't break up, but whatever.
People are convinced that they did, but whatever.
And so I'm just very excited to hear it. It also seemed like this was a solo write as well for her.
It was,
so,
yeah.
Like, which
I looked at the credits.
Which also amazes. Like lately she's been like, especially if this is a solo write, I was like, that's incredible. I just think it's a very relatable song for a lot of people. Like, even if like you're not specifically thinking about a family, it's just like, especially like as you get older into your 20s and 30s, it's like very like, what am I doing with my life? Like, what's the right move? Like, is chasing a career, is chasing a boy, like or relationship like in general, like what is the right moves? I feel like it's always very difficult. So
it's kind of touching on the duality of life of like people who might have focused on career first, but then like it's okay to be career forward, but also at the same time want the like, I guess, domestic type things of kids and a relationship and all that. So I've definitely seen a bunch of people already on TikTok commenting on the relatability of it, even if it's not like they can't relate to the, oh, I went on tour and all these things, but their own careers, they relate to it.
No, okay. Sorry. We're hearing weird noises. And okay, so the last 2 episodes, I didn't want to not release them, but we had the weirdest, I don't even know what happened. My mic, I know at one point gets plugged in through like the middle of one of the episodes. And so I thought that would fix all the crackling noise, because in both episodes, the reason it's down so softly, because I did listen to it in my car and you have to like crank it up. It's because we're using the phone audio, because our microphones, I don't know what happened. Halfway through the first episode, you got this really weird static noise all of a sudden. And then halfway through the second episode, I plug in my mic and thought that would fix it, but it didn't. So I don't know what happened. We've checked these mics multiple times. They better not have any weird playback in them.
Yeah, we did a whole sound check and everything this time to just make extra sure that it's the same. So
if you're wondering why you had to blast your speakers, it was because I don't know what happened. But this week we're having like weird vibrations on the wall and stuff, and like I don't know if it's construction outside, so I'm just hoping none of that is getting picked up in the mics.
It's like really low end, so hopefully not.
It just makes me feel
or something that you can like fix on the EQ or something, where you just do a filter on it. But
it's just bothering my soul personally and making me feel like I'm vibrating, and I don't like that feeling. So
yeah.
But anywho, so what else were we talking about?
I just didn't know topic wise with talking about the Grammys if that's gonna be like a whole lot, but also we say that and then we talk forever. Because I did have some like random like things that have happened recently that I thought were good discussion things for the pod. Of like Morgan Wallen announced his next tour, and it's like the same openers again and stuff, and just like the thoughts of having the same opener for multiple tours, because I'm not a fan of that. I think both from the headliner and the opener's perspective, I feel like it would be better to not be doing that all the time.
I just think we need to stop like milking everything out of these tours sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like let it be a moment. And like I will say we were very skeptical when the leg of Sabrina's tour came out, and we were like not excited until like the couple weeks before it started to like, she added in some new elements that like I really wanted to go see, and then like we were like, oh damn, we kind of really want to go again.
Gonna have to add new elements if you're gonna extend it and go to the same cities again, so that way people are more enticed to go to it.
But I think it was also just because that show sold out so fast, and like I think a lot of people wanted to go the first time that couldn't, and so she came back again. But
if you're an opener on a tour, you're like a growing artist, and I feel like it would be more advantageous to, granted, I mean, you might only have that one option for an opening slot on a tour, and that would be different because that's better than nothing. But if you were getting offers from multiple artists that want you to open on their tour, go with someone different instead of constantly being on the same one, because then you're getting introduced to more audiences and being stuck with the same fan base.
One, openings on major tours are definitely a who's paying the most to get on said tour. It's a bidding war, and it's a connections like networking war. So it's like, who do the people want to raise up, and who is going to like say, oh, I want to be on that tour. So like you have to remember that it is a business transaction a lot of times. But the other thing about it is like as somebody like Ella wants to get on those tours because she wants to keep expanding her own fan base and stuff, and she's growing so much. And
but if you're on the same with the same artist all the time, it's the same fan base over and over again, versus going to expand into like others of like, oh, like now you've kind of made Morgan Wallen fans into your own because you've been on tour with him for a while, and now like, let's say, I don't know, have her open for Kenny Chesney or something, and then you kind of try and get those fans to start loving your music and things like that. So, and I think money-wise, it's like, yeah, obviously you want to make sure you're getting paid enough to cover everything and then make a little as well, but sometimes it might be more beneficial to take the lower pay if it means that you're going to grow your music fan base instead.
I think it just depends on like the subgenre of like that. Like I don't think somebody who's going to see Kenny Chesney necessarily wants to go see Ella Langley. Like music wise, it's two different sounds necessarily.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. I think also just like draw of that area. Like some people may not like care enough to like just buy the Morgan Wallen ticket, but like, oh, Ella Langley's also gonna open, like maybe then that draws them to actually buy the ticket more, you know, like it might just be like that kind of combination. I was at A Day to Remember the other day, and there was some people that just came for some of the openers and left after like the first or second opener, and they were like, I was just here for that one band. So like you really never know, like especially with like certain like demographics in certain areas, like some people in like some areas might lean way more towards like getting the ticket for Ella over like somebody else. So
yeah,
I think that's part of it. I get what you're talking about, but like I don't think that there's necessarily like a downside to having like the same opener, other than like unless people are really bored of the show, like but also all these people have released new music, all like there's going to be a different show. Like
I just said Kenny because I couldn't think of someone, but now I'm thinking, oh yeah, like I guess because she is opening for Eric Church a couple times in 2026, and that is why I'm like, do I go home to see Eric because she's opening for the Sioux Falls show, just because it's like I still haven't seen her because we didn't get to go to the Ryman, which so many things on TikTok, and I was like, oh my god. Because Gretchen Wilson and Jody Messina, I know, but
that's tea I can't spill also, on this podcast of why I couldn't go to the
I guess so. Again with Ella and Morgan, because he did come out to her Ryman show and sing with her.
So did Hardy,
and Ernest, Gretchen Wilson, Jody Messina. I think that's all the people, and then I think her openers got to sing with her too, and
that was part of because they live streamed that second day, so she had so many
but
people.
She's like, I've been trying to get him to sing with me for 2 tours now or something, because they've been on tours so much together, and he said something about like it takes more than an award show to get me to come to Broadway, and I was like I'm already like,
I'm also like, I don't want to give the time of day more to Morgan Wallen anyway.
I know, so but like, that's such a dig to CMA Awards, because again, he didn't bother to show up. He wins Entertainer of the Year and doesn't even bother to like acknowledge it and say thank you or anything. It's just so disrespectful. I feel like you can at least just do one quick little thank you. It doesn't even have to be a post. It could be a story when he won of like, hey, thank you, and then move on. Like, and then if you have an issue with them, then take yourself out of consideration for all the award shows. If that's really something fair. That you don't like, then just like take yourself out of the equation. So
that's also an option, but okay. It
just makes me mad.
I know.
We're going to talk about the Grammy nominations. I didn't even realize that they're already going to be announced, which I think is normal for it to be in November. I just it snuck up on me. But I don't know if you just kind of like have the list and want to go through it, but I think one thing to note with these nominations is I did look up the window for eligibility. Oh no. Because the recordings that are eligible were released between August 31st of 2024 through August 30th of this year, and like when they were announced, there's some people, it's okay, they just didn't know, but there are some Swifties that were like freaking out that Taylor's not nominated, but it's like her album came out a couple months after the window closed, right. So The Life of a Showgirl won't be eligible for this year, but they'll be eligible for the 2027 Grammys.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, I feel like it's important to note the window when we're thinking about these things, so that way you know, like, anything released in the last couple months here was not eligible.
Right. So the Grammys are going to take place Sunday, February 1st, 2026 here. Hold on, why isn't it loading?
Early.
So I figured we could just like hit like the top ones and then go from there. I will say that this year's Grammys, and it was partially because of the window, which is I was going to bring up, but it just felt a little like underwhelming in the sense that, I don't know, this year's music, I sometimes me and my boyfriend will watch like people review certain things, and I don't know the guy's name, so I'm not gonna bring up his specific channel, sorry, but and they have like deep dives on like this year's music and like year-end reviews, and this year just in general, like this window of year, which was more like just felt a little lackluster and different, which we also never talked about Taylor's album on the podcast.
That's right.
Which was after because of recording times for how we did it this time.
Yeah.
And I think there was just not a lot of diversity in sound this year, I feel like, which has been a little different. So let's go through things. So Record of the Year, and Record of the Year is awarded to the artist and to the producers. So it's the sound of the record, not the song itself, but like
the sound recording.
The sound recording of it. So
artists, producers, engineers, all that.
Yeah. DTMF from Bad Bunny, Manchild, Sabrina Carpenter, Anxiety, Doechii, Wildflower, Billie Eilish, Abracadabra, Lady Gaga, Luther, Kendrick Lamar with SZA, The Subway, Chappell Roan, and APT, Rosie, and Bruno Mars. Is it Rosie or Rose?
I think it's Rose.
Rose. I know she's a K-pop person, so like I don't know what it was.
That looks like the spelling with the accent and stuff. Like the one.
I was honestly surprised to see Chappell Roan's The Subway on that.
Yeah, I feel like that didn't get much.
No.
Like, yeah, it came out, and I think people were excited for it to
People were
out,
so excited then, like, because she sang it in all her shows during, like, festival seasons and then wasn't going to release it. And then when she finally did, everyone was so excited that it got a lot of attention the, like, first week it came out. But honestly, it was not my favorite song. Yeah, I really didn't care for it that much, to be honest. So, I love that Kendrick Lamar is nominated for a lot of this stuff, to be honest. He is like my front runner for a lot of things. Okay. I don't listen to Bad Bunny, but I have no problem with him being the Super Bowl halftime show. I need that to be very pointed, that I do not give a fuck that everyone else is like, no, yes, it deserves to be. It is what it is. People need to back the fuck off. Sorry. I'm also happy for Sabrina because I think everyone... I think this album is getting a lot more love now, and I knew it was going to once it took some time. I loved the album. I thought it was so creative. So I think especially for when it's sound recording, I think she has a really good chance for the sound, especially of this album, the single, all this stuff. So Anxiety from Doechii is a little like, it's very much the same song from
It's somebody that I used to know.
So if it wins, I would be very surprised just because I don't think it's that originated. Like, it's a good song, it's a fun song, but like, it's nothing.
It was like, more of like a TikTok song.
It was, yes, exactly. Album of the Year is Bad Bunny's album, but I can't pronounce it because I don't speak Spanish, so I'm so sorry.
Debí tirar más fotos.
Okay.
Swag. I don't know all those. I know more photos, but I don't know the first two.
Swag
words.
From Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend Sabrina Carpenter, Let God Sort 'Em Out from Clips, Pusha T, and Malice, who I've also never heard of, Mayhem, Lady Gaga, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Mutt, Leon Thomas, and how do you say that? Tyler, the Creator's album as well. And
Chromacopia.
I do not
Chromacopia? Know. I don't know.
Again, I think Sabrina Carpenter has a good chance. I don't understand Swag being nominated, but I guess it's just because it's Justin Bieber. No offense. Like, I just don't think this is his best work, and I'll get to that later because he's also nominated. I guess we won't get to all the categories, but his album specifically is put into R&B, and I have a bit of an issue with it being in the R&B category. It is pop. It's R&B influenced, but I think pop. Similar to Renee Rapp claiming that she is not R&B from a cultural aspect, I don't think Justin Bieber is R&B as well. Plus, I listened to like half of Swag. I didn't get to Swag 2 yet, but like the songs, the ones that are like pulled out are good. The other ones are just generic, weird, kind of like more synthetic pop based R&B sounds than it is like really culturally significant or anything like that. So to be honest, that a lot of his stuff is nominated kind of was like, okay, it's Justin Bieber, but again, it's not really doing anything. Like, some of them are, like, Go Baby. I loved the whole, that's my baby, she's iconic. I loved that line because it was cute and it was personal and it was, like, very identifiable. Yeah. But a lot of the other stuff, and Daisies. Daisies is a very good song. Okay. I think it's very different. It's cool. But again, it's pop. It's not R&B. Right. Yeah. So that's where I'm having an issue with it. Again, Man's Best Friend and GNX, if they aren't top runners. Leon Thomas is also just an incredibly creative person just in general and, like, is finally getting some recognition. So A+ for all of that. I'm pretty sure almost all of the Song of the Year is also, and that's the songwriter part of it. Right. Is all it's of the ones much
the same as record.
It's record of the year minus a couple. So yeah. I'm not gonna go through all of that. But again, Luther is so incredible, and then Manchild. Those are like my two tops in the front runners. So yeah. Best New Artist is Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leanne Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. I have a lot of opinions about this category.
That's where I have
a lot of opinions about this category. First of all, I think my snub in this category is Ella Langley.
I was going to say, there's no country, and Zach Top has 3 nominations in the country category. So I feel like if you're going to give him that many nominations in, like, your genre, he should be up there. But also Ella or Megan Maroney.
I don't even think it's necessarily a genre-specific thing. Like, yes, I do think there should be, like, something representative. But also, yeah. I get that, like, not everything... Like, we don't have somebody from, like, the African beats or songwriters category in the new artist all the time. Although Tyla was... But that's different. Anyways, because she actually made like you kind of have to make it in the pop area of the world to be considered like in general a lot of these.
Pop culture.
And I get that. So that makes sense in my mind. But if you, and maybe I'm just too connected to the Ella Langley camp to know how much that rise has gone. Yeah. And I'm like, maybe I just don't see it in a lot of other places. And, like, I think that there are a couple songs that, like, should definitely have crossed over with Ella or Megan or, who else did, or Zach.
Zach Top.
And Zach Top, again, especially because of the fact that, like, I felt like he was one of those, like, country guys that, like, in the Noah Kahan sphere of, like, people maybe weren't necessarily listening to that genre, but because of TikTok and stuff, it pulled a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I think that somebody like that should have definitely been nominated. And that was my biggest, like, okay.
Like, if you're coming up as a new artist and you're able to get multiple nominations within your genre field, I feel like that at least warrants a consideration for Best New Artist as well.
Yes. Olivia Dean, I think, has had the most generic, not generic, but, like, generic... No, not generic. What word am I trying to...
I did see, going back to the opener thing, I did see someone say they went to Sabrina's concert at Bridgestone for Olivia Dean and then they left.
So what is the fucking word that I'm trying to think of? Not generic, but like genuine rise, like something of that nature. But, like, she has had the most, like... Yes, TikTok helped, and yes, like, there were some of those big moments, but, like, I think she has had the most, like, genuine is the word I'm gonna think of right now, but, like, rise with her fame of, like, she has really solid things going for her. She has, like, genuine fans that are building with her, and, like, she's actually creating, like, fan bases and stuff that are gonna, like, succeed her after this tour, after the TikTok moments and stuff like that, where a lot of people were finding, like, Lola and Alex, I think they're having their big moments now, but in a year or two you may not hear from them. So that's where I'm having issues with them being nominated for new artists. Like, yeah, they're big in the spotlight now, so, like, I guess it kind of makes sense for people to be drawn to them, but, like, I don't think they're gonna succeed anything after this. Like,
I don't know. I was gonna argue for Ordinary could have been thrown into the, like, song of the year or something.
My thing with Alex Warren, I don't think he is doing anything spectacular.
He's so funny, though.
Katie thinks he's great. I think he
and
his girlfriend.
With so many people.
Him and his girlfriend are the cutest thing on TikTok, and I have always loved that side of it. But I looked into a deeper dive of the same person that always does deep dives of music. I'm sure somebody knows who I'm talking about, has a deep dive on him. And it really is just, it's very generic white boy. It's nothing special. His voice isn't that great. His songwriting's nothing like, oh my God, I love this song. He's a very generic white boy, and I don't like it. It's not for me. It's not doing anything. Like, he's not going to do anything different. I don't like it. It's not going to succeed a long future in a career. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my opinion of it. Cat's Eye, I think, has been a really big K-pop group, so I could see them winning.
Okay.
I don't know who the Marias are personally, but I've seen their name come up in some, like, projects and stuff. Addison Rae being nominated. Addison Rae, okay, here's my thing. Addison Rae has done a lot. And I get that there is some kind of cultural phenomenon around her. But her songwriting sucks. The songs are not good. I don't know why we keep thinking Diet Coke is a good song. It's not. It has no redeemable qualities to it. The outfits that she's wearing aren't anything fashionable and honestly don't look that great. Like, I know she's trying to go for, like, the scandal, like, oh, I'm wearing a bra and, like, short shorts on stage and, like, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, it's not a fashion statement. It's not, like, doing anything for her. It's not like the Sabrina Carpenter corset-y kind of look where it actually, like, is in her, like, pajama party, like, aspect of, like, the whole like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no real branding behind it other than she's, like, trying to be, like, bad girl sexy. There's nothing there. It's very generic vanilla, and it doesn't really match anything from, like, the TikToks dancey stuff that she was doing. I don't get it. Somebody please explain to me why she is having this moment, because no offense, there's nothing there.
Okay.
There's no substance to it. And I don't know why people think that there is, because there's not. And that is my opinion of Addison Rae. Sorry, hate to say it, but Leon Thomas should not be a new artist because he should be known all the fucking around the world, because if you don't know Victorious, then you don't know. So yes,
okay,
you all know who this man is, and if he doesn't win, like, no, he's had music out for years. He's been on festivals. He's written so many songs. Like, you want to talk about, he is like the Chris Stapleton, where, like, he came out of the blue with his own music and everyone was like, oh my God, yes, because he had written for so many people, and everyone else was like, who the fuck is this man? No, you all know this man. Anyways, that is I think Olivia, Cat's Eye, and Leon are, like, my three there, and everybody else, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. I think Lola has a lot of potential, but I think unfortunately, her mental health is really taking a dip, and I don't know if she can sustain being famous. And there's a couple people that I know that can't really handle it, and there's some that Katie would hate to hear, so I'm not going to say it on the podcast. So, okay. Songwriter of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know enough about producers to really comment on that one, other than I know that some people are, like, thinking that Jack Antonoff was gonna at least come back into being nominated because he wasn't last year or something, but that's the only thing I know. Songwriter has 3 out of 5 women, so that's fun.
I was happy about that. So it's Amy Allen who wrote Man-Child. She writes a lot for Sabrina.
Yeah, but she also has, like, some country stuff.
And Bruno Mars and Jesse Murphy and those kinds of people. Edgar Barrera,
I would think,
is a big pop and
like
Latin person. Jessie Jo Dillon is the country person. Megan Maroney, Hardy, Jelly Roll, Kelsey, does a lot with Kelsey and Morgan Wallen. Tobias Jesso Jr. I also did not know, but Justin Bieber, Bon Iver, Miley Cyrus. And then Laura Veltz is Jessie Murph, Maren Morris, Josh Ross, Lauren Spencer. So pop and country as well.
I feel like Laura Veltz might have played at Country Radio Seminar, had, like, a round or something later in the night or something one year when we were there. I feel like she was part of that round. I think Laurie McKenna and people like that. But yeah, I was like, I think I've seen her play before. Anyways.
I could see Amy or Jessie winning. I think one of them won last year, too.
Amy did.
Yeah,
she was
Amy
the
Allen
first,
also won last
she was the
year.
first woman to win Songwriter
And
of
so
the Year,
I'd be happy if one of those two won again. I think they have their list of credits being very strong from all of them. Again, unless Justin Bieber just really takes it home and then this Mr. Tobias wins. Or I don't know your pronouns, so I guess I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I think Amy has such a diverse category of like people she's writing for that it would just make the most sense.
Yeah. Defying Gravity is nominated for Best Pop Duo.
I was surprised it was for Best Pop Duo.
I honestly didn't read those until now. I was like, wait a minute.
Literally everything. So, because I had to go through it for work for posts and stuff. So, I was happy that they got nominated for the Wicked soundtrack for the musical theater category. Because if it didn't, like, we're all... Or I guess it was movie because musical theater is a separate soundtrack in general. Right. So, so happy for that because it deserved it. I really, honestly, it was so popular and so moving and so just like everything that it could have been best album. Like it could have been that strong of it, like best album and all that stuff. Now, granted, I don't know if that's like... Because it's like a movie and it's technically a theater thing, like I don't know if it just like people didn't think about it in terms of that and like we're focused more on like the radio hit kind of things. But like I could have also seen it being up there. And I know Cynthia Erivo was so excited when she got her nomination and was just like over the moon and joyed. So also K-pop Demon Hunters also being in this instead of just movie was also... K-pop Demon Hunters, have you seen that movie? It is so good. It deserves all the awards as well. That movie was so good. And I'm not a big K-pop person, but like those songs fucking slap. Okay. Like so good.
I've seen a lot of F1 the movie songs. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest.
I will say there's a whole bunch of songs on that. Like I didn't see the movie or anything, but that soundtrack for some reason has some heavy hitters on it. Chris Stapleton, I mean there's a lot of Tate McRae songs that get played off of that. Like it was a heavy hitter, and I think very worth it. I guess pop vocal is Justin Bieber's Swag did get put in there as well, but I did also see him for... Another thing I was surprised about was rock, in best rock album, Haim's I Quit was in there, and I was surprised that also wasn't in like pop, because I always think of it as pop, but at least they got a nomination, so I'm also not mad about it.
Yeah.
Best pop vocal album as well. When I saw that Something Beautiful by Miley Cyrus, I wanted to love that album because I think Miley Cyrus is like so good and so talented, but like her songwriting needs to be just stepped up a little bit. Like when she nails it, she really fucking nails it. But then if she's not in it, it's just like it falls very flat. And I just didn't agree with this nomination. Again, I wanted to love it. I thought she was going to do something so amazing with it, but I didn't agree with this. Again, Mayhem by Lady Gaga is also a very popular album for Lady Gaga, but it sounds very much like a Lady Gaga album. Like this song like Abracadabra and all that could have been released in 2010 with Just Dance and it would have made sense. So it wasn't anything new. And I think that's what I'm having a hard time with, is that there was nothing really like new and different. I think the only people that really did something new and different with their sound was Sabrina, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of why I'm like voting for her. And Kendrick Lamar's album was a very like culturally like significant album, and I just also love it. I love it so much. I think all that's really left is
country, or
okay.
I was like, I'm gonna let you just like get all your categories out of the way.
No, that was I just wanted to hit the like main ones that like everyone would know.
Why
really.
Is this not moving?
Again.
Oh no. Okay. This stopped working for a second. I got it back. We're good. So best country solo performance. We have, I don't listen to Tyler Childers, but I know he's popular, so I guess it makes sense.
I think the only things that I really like we're gonna like highlight on the country side was this is the first year that they had a traditional country and then a contemporary country.
Yeah.
So
Zach Top is in the traditional.
Yes.
Why is this not wanting to scroll for me? Oh my gosh.
Which, to be fair, they also have a traditional pop vocal album and then and then like pop vocal album like in general. So
I think it's a good change just to like kind of be able to still honor both sides of it without
And I
like
know
having to condense it down, because I think traditional gets overshadowed if it's all in one.
And so, well, I would say the opposite. I think people, so here's what I was going to say with this. I know there's been some like, some people want to, there's some controversy over it because of the Beyonce winning aspect of it.
That was the other thing. Some stupid person that was like, haha, Beyonce didn't get nominated. I was like, she didn't release anything. Of course she didn't get nominated. It's nothing to do with like saying like, oh, like she's not country or whatever stupid stuff people have to say. It's like, no, she just didn't release anything this year, so of course she's not.
But I think even though that something like that is what caused this to happen, which is whatever about it, I think that this needed to happen in the country market just in general for the last like 10 years, because it's been so pop versus traditional country within country music.
Yeah, there's just so many subgenres.
It's like, we were missing out on a lot of like really strong artists. People like Maren Morris and Kelsea Ballerini weren't getting the nominations that I think a lot of us thought that they deserved in the past, because
Kelsey gets nominated, she just never wins.
Because you were getting the like Chris Stapletons and those kinds of people always winning, or Carrie Underwood's, because people recognize the name, or because the way that the Academy works, and we've talked about this in the past, is that you get your votes for your specific specialties, and then you're allowed to pick other ones. So some people will just like pick all their pop stuff, and then they'll have like a couple extra votes and go down to country because it's next on the list, and just put in a vote here and there and say, oh, I know these people, and like that's how those votes get tallied. And it's not necessarily that like and it's just like, then there's not a lot of people in the country genre in general also fighting over, well, that's just feels more country than Kelsey's album, so I'm going to vote for the one that sounds more country than Kelsey's, even though Kelsey's deserves and it's a better album. So I like that even though it had to happen over something that shouldn't have happened, it happened overall.
Yeah. This is her third album nomination, by the way. Because Unapologetically was nominated. And
I just was talking about it in general, things like I just like there's been things like that.
She does get nominated, she just doesn't win, because again, like you said, I think people are like saying, "Oh, it's more country," so I'm gonna vote for the more country album because it's best country, instead of just like comparing all of them just quality wise and stuff versus like, is it country or not? Yes.
Lainey Wilson, Somewhere Over Laredo, better fucking win though.
She got 3 nominations for that country song, or no, not for that, but 3 overall. Country song and country solo performance for that, and then best country duo group performance for Trailblazer with Miranda and Reba. Yeah. Which Miranda has a lot. I think we talked about Postcards from Texas when it came out or something, of just like she has stronger albums, and so
I know nothing about this album, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I think we briefly touched on it last year or something, because it was like a September 24 release, I want to say, and it's just, she has stronger albums, and I feel like there could have been something else maybe that could have been nominated instead of that one. Again, don't listen to Tyler Childers, so I can't comment on him. I love that Eric is in here because it's very much an album, like a you have to listen top to bottom kind of album. So I like that that's in there. I feel like I didn't make it through all of Jelly Rolls, so I can't comment on
I think either. Jelly or Tyler could be her real competition for her not running away with it, because Patterns deserves it,
I could see why Eric wouldn't get it, from the aspect of people just being like, that's too different to be considered best country album.
Well, not even just that, just lack of radio play and things of that nature. But I think, and Tyler definitely feels more Americana than I think he does contemporary country radio, but I think a lot of people like his music enough to vote for it. And then Jelly, just with commercial success, I could also see Jelly winning.
I think Eric's is very much a nomination based off of the creativity and like the art of it versus the success that it has had.
So I mean, Patterns should, hopefully this is Kelsey's year to walk away with it, because I I love it so much, and I'm very excited for this next chapter, like we said at the beginning.
I mean, I was trying to think of, though, like, other albums that could, like, replace Miranda's, just because I knew that was the one where I was like, I don't think it deserved it, really. But, like, all the albums that have come out this year, I haven't really... I put on Maddie and Tay's Love and Light on repeat for a while when it first came out, but, like, Jordan Davis, Russell Dickerson, Old Dominion, we talked about all those when they came out on the podcast, but I haven't, like, gone back to it too much. I get why Ian Munsick wouldn't be on there, but I feel like that's probably my top album of the year of, like, I think it just cohesively makes sense, and I love the, like, split up of, like, Prairie Lament 1, 2, and 3, which he put out a full version of that this past Friday, so love that that's a thing. And he was still in Warder during the eligibility window, so one would think that Warder would have put him into consideration, but I think it's a radio success and commercial success thing for that as well, of why that's not a consideration.
I think that
and just
there was a lot of albums in general that I felt like I was thinking and trying to, like, who got snubbed? Why does it feel so like very mid-toned with, like, how excited I was when seeing these, and how, like, okay, I get some of these, and it just feels more like names recognition sometimes than it does, like, oh, right. Because the only other album I could really, that came out this year that I could think was, like, maybe Bite Me. Like, I feel like Renee Rapp could have maybe gotten, like, Best New Artist or something like that again, unless she's had too many like, I don't know where she stands in the nominations there. And I meant to look it up, but I could see her being nominated again for that or something of that nature, because other than that, like, I think that album was really good and strong, but also I think a lot of these albums that came out I just really like, but I don't know if, like, the rest of the world also sees them, and that's why they didn't get nominated for Grammys and stuff like that. So
finish your thoughts.
No, that was it.
My only other thing was I think I would put country solo performance for these, but just, like, thinking of other songs that I think could have fit for the country genres was Weren't for the Wind. I feel like could have either been solo or country song, and then Happened to Me has had crossover success into pop, and now he has the Jonas Brothers on it and all that. So, like, I feel like Russell deserved to be on here.
I'm maybe surprised
because of the pop beat, even though it is, I don't know.
I'm surprised Jonas Brothers. I'm surprised, to come to think of it, haven't really done anything Grammys wise in a while, and I don't know if that's, like, they just need to perform on, like, a Grammys type stage to, like, get in front of those people again. I feel like Jordan and Old Dominion not getting any nominations was always a little weird. I feel like we still need, like, duo or, well, because for me, what bugs me about the duo / group performance is it's not based on, like, a duo that is a duo and it's a group that is a group. It is a collaboration. So I don't know if we're missing out on, but also, like, that's pop and every other genre in general, because, like, it's not just, like, single person singing. It's like Cat's Eye is a group, but they get nominated together. So it's like it's not separated like that in every other category, but I feel like there just could be a little bit more sometimes. So
I'm also surprised by Shabuzi being nominated, because, like, I think A Bar Song was such a big hit and that made sense for that, but this year it's like, yeah, Good News went #1 at radio, but I haven't really heard too much of it. I was
gonna say, every single time I get in the car, I hear Good News on the radio, on the pop radio.
Amen. Shabuzi and Jelly Roll is in Best Country Duo Group, so, like, he's had a couple, and I don't know. I just feel like it's not to the, I mean, it might also just be because A Bar Song was, like, one of those that, like, went above and beyond what most #1s do.
I think he's doing better than a lot of people thought he was going to do. So, I mean, good for him that he can still keep that ball rolling. Now, does A Bar Song and Good News kind of sound a little bit alike? Yes. So I'm wondering where it's going to go from here.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he has a whole album out too. I don't remember when that one came out though, because I don't think I took the time to listen. But.
Yeah. Well, that's also how I feel about, and I didn't say it earlier, but some of these, like, new artists that only have, like, one album out, and I get that that's, like, the point is that they are a new artist, but, like, it doesn't really, like, I think you need to have at least, like, a second album out to, like, show that, like, you are more than just this first album and you are not just one-hit wonder success. Yeah. Which I know isn't the point of it, but for me, like, I want to see that, like, you are nominating a new artist because they are going to have longevity than just this one song or album or just one-time thing. Like, I want to see that you're going to do more, so... And that you aren't a place in Grammy history, like. But anyways, I think that's all of our takes. It's already 50 minutes, so
that's how I have for Grammys. And
what do you guys think about the Grammy nominations this year? Who are you excited? Who do you want to win? I've seen a couple people really excited for Cardi to be nominated for a bunch of stuff. On the rap category, that was the only comments I really saw so far. Whenever I posted some things, who are you excited? Who do you want to see perform at the Grammys this year? I would love it. The Jonas Brothers. I think they should perform something. Yeah. Do we think Taylor Swift is going to show up? Do we think Kelsey's gonna win a Grammy? Do you think? Do you think Justin Bieber will show up to the Grammys? Do you think Ariana Grande will show up to support Cynthia? What do we think's gonna go on? Yeah. Please let us know in the comments below.
Isn't she also...
She is, but she doesn't like going to the Grammys, so...
Because it's like, she's on it, just not like, obviously the main person, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's their duet, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Just let us know in the comments, or you could email us at themusiclenspodcast@gmail.com. Follow us, keep up with us on socials at The Music Lens Podcast. You could also follow... Alex at Alex Laker Music. Keep up with her there, and you could keep up with me at Katie Fee Music and stream Hide and Seek wherever you're listening to music, because that's the new one. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.